Whoa, Joffy, what is going on tonight? Well, we get asked a lot of questions about some of the drinks we partake in drinking. So I thought I'd just kind of like invite you along to participate with maybe a little rum tasting of some of these old rums that we participate in drinking. If that makes sense. You know what we drink, all sorts of different stuff. I've got a little tub of ice, okay. I've got my Maison Voyage coaster that I'm always bleating all around that I don't use enough. So seeing it's a special occasion, so occasionally you just got to really get into making a nice drink. And this is the Royal Downton highball glass, and it's heavy. Can you see that glass? How nice is that glass? I just love these glasses. This makes a massive difference in consuming drinks because it tastes so good out of a glass like this. And I don't know if you've occasionally you get into a nice bar and they'll hand you a heavy glass, whether it be whiskey, rum, gin, vodka, whatever your little tipple might be. We have a sort of varied, we're not really vodka or whiskey drinkers. We participate in gin. We like our gins, flavoured gins now, massive thing. Loads of like distilleries and stuff like that you can get, local, different flavours, all that kind of thing. Anyway, but our little sweet spot is definitely a rum-based drink. Well, it is for me anyway, and Caroline sort of enjoys it as well. So normally, we do participate in the old white rum, Bacardi white rum. Oh, hang on, before I go any further, I will actually be talking about a route after this as well, about like a motorhome journey, kind of like early planning. Anyway, Bacardi rum. Does everybody like Bacardi rum? White rum, over the rocks, bit of Coke in there, you can't go wrong. Slice of lemon, slice of lime, white Bacardi rum. It is like, it's just one of those things. We've been doing it for years, and it's a real nice fallback. It's always got to be the genuine one though. With us, you get the house, occasionally you go in a bar, you get house doubles. I'll take a house wrong one, not genuine Bacardi. So absolute bulletproof for us, genuine Bacardi white rum, as the old Spanish, you know, the Benidorms and the Spain trips where they're like just filling you up. Really, really nice. We like Spanish measures. The next one, so well, you can see how much is gone. The Sailor Jerry's, another absolute spice rum. So now we've gone from the white rum to spiced rum, okay? Sailor Jerry's is just one of those tastes. It's, again, if you're in the mood for a Sailor, do you have a Sailor Jerry's? We're in the mood for a Sailor Jerry's. Let's have a Sailor Jerry's. And Sailor Jerry's, Coca-Cola, over the ice, slice of lime is really particularly nice with a Sailor Jerry's. Can't go wrong. It's just got a real distinctive flavour. Like I say, on the rocks, slice of lime, bit of Coke in there, bulletproof. So a couple of people have asked me recently about hang on 2 seconds before we go any further. Probably the next one up will be the Kraken rum. That's another like dark spiced but very, very enjoyable, drinkable rum that we do participate quite often in. This, however, is kind of like when you rise up to the next level. So you're probably coming in at your genuine Bacardi, what we're looking at the moment. I was lucky enough on the duty free to pick up 4 of these litre bottles for 40 quid. So one of these kind of stands me in at 10 quid, which is an absolute bargain. Do you know what I mean? £10 in the pub these days. Your Sailor Jerry's, you see it occasionally. Asda, particular supermarkets that I go in, you can get it as good as 15, 16. I don't know what the current market price is for one of these. Anybody know? Sailor Jerry's. And maybe the Kraken now is 24, 25 a bottle. This one here, the Dom Papa, is kind of up to the next level. You'll be looking probably over £30, but basically, guys, if you go into some of the really nice cocktail bars and stuff like that, good bars, and find the Dom Papa, you know, it is quite expensive to drink inside a bar. We actually picked up, I think I picked up this bottle in the supermarket in France, hovering around 30 odd euros, just over 30 euros. This stuff is amazing. This is the mascara by Dom Papa, Philippines. I'm gonna, I've got a couple of little blocks of ice in there. Let's have a little smell of this stuff. This is incredible. It is so kind of smooth and easy to drink. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, the next one, before I'm sort of a little bit, which one am I going to actually show, try a little bit, but this one is the new one from Dom Papa, Barocco, okay? And believe it or not, these Dom Papas come in these lovely, like, tube. It's not, I'm not going to say it's a tin tube, it's a cardboard tube, but to be honest, we find them really useful for actually carrying bottles in the motorhome. So down in my little wine cellar, we love these because you can stand the bottle in it and it doesn't rattle around, you know, doesn't like knock into the other bottle. So it's a great little like travel kind of like tube. But there is the Barocco, and let me just smash the lid off this in a minute, because I might actually have a Barocco tonight. Let's have a little look. So it comes in with a lovely cork on there, that beautiful seal. Let's smash the lid off this. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, it is. I'll tell you what, guys, if you are in spice rums and have not tried Barocco, okay, I kid you not, this has got an incredible distinctive smell of its own. I'm going to, I've got one of these kind of like little doofers. It's a bat out of hell little tube style. So what I'm going to do, look, I'm going to throw my ice in the glass like that, and we're going to smash a bit of Dom Papa Barocco over the rocks. I can literally, that will do. That's a probably, is that a single? That's a better single. But I'm just going to put that over there. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone. But the tasting notes and all that kind of, it is just so smooth. I've got a tin of Coke here, so I normally smash a bit. Everybody's going to be saying you shouldn't like be smashing Coke over that, Jof. That's incredible. But it just otherwise it's just going to be gone so quick, and it's just nice to get a nice Coca-Cola in there to make it really refreshing. That guys, what taste is in there? But I'm kind of like one of them people that do not like the, oh, that, guys, is so incredibly smooth. I just don't know how to explain the taste of that. Just so smooth. It is absolutely beautiful. So I think that's my little rum tasting done for tonight, guys. So what are we going to be doing next? Well, the thing is, you know us, we were just fresh out of Brittany, and how good was that trip? That trip was incredible. Anybody that hasn't seen our previous videos of Brittany, trawl back and have a look at Brittany. It was another level. 16 days at £208 accommodation cost, using camping car parks, various different other little, we had a couple of campsites, but totally incredible value for money. It was, I think we had that bat in the corner of the lens. Working on that 16 days, it actually worked out at hang on, let's get it right, Jof. Get the brain thinking. It came in at £13 per night, the average spend. 16 nights in France and £13 a night accommodation. That is incredible value for money. Most of the places we were parked up on had electricity, and what can you say? And to be honest, that kind of trip was like minimal fuel. I've still got fuel in here from France. We did like one small fill up over there. It wasn't a fill to the brim fill up. It was just a we'll put that in, that'll be enough for us to get back and more. So yeah, it's so that kind of like fuel saving alone as well, when you're beating into the big trips, a lot of fuel going to the tank. Thank you again to Leanne, who commented. Leanne, you was like, maybe your next trip is going to be a one fuel tank full of motorhome trip, fuel motorhome trip, something like that, which I thought was quite apt actually, because it like I say, a lot of people, and the massive thing was the time saving, that kind of time. So like I said before, I always like to tell people the fact that from here it is 250 miles to Dover. We have 500 miles to complete in England before up and back, just in this country. So, and not only that time consumption, you're looking at a 10-hour, you're looking at a day of like travel time to go that far. That Barocco feeling on a Wednesday night. So anyway, leading on from there, admittedly, the Brittany ferry is not the cheapest one on the planet. I've been looking at possibly a New Haven Dieppe crossing for September. We'll see what I'm just starting to get my teeth into it a little bit, and I kind of fancy sliding back into France again, and not sure exactly. I've had this occasionally. I'll get this map out. Okay, it's a really, really old map. It's 1950s. Okay, and it's the wine region. It's based on the wine region around Bordeaux, the areas of Bordeaux, and it's got this amazing kind of like drop down map with all these vineyards down around that area. On the that particular map is on the the Gironde, and then there's another one here, another drop down map, and I've kind of, I don't know yet, I don't know what we're doing. And there's another one down around the other side of Bordeaux, the kind of like eastern side of Bordeaux as well, with all these old chateaus, and the Medoc. Then on the Medoc there, yes, it's one of them things that I've had like booting around for a long time. We have done some of the France Passion places previously on trips, just down in that region, only a couple, and we had some really great hospitality down there. A place called Macu. I remember the guy, the wine producer, Jean-Claude Lafont, I think his name was, something like that. So probably I think he stamped my book, because the France Passion, let's stamp your book. So we'll see what maps out. We'll see what maps out. Yeah, definitely, Jof. Nice catchphrase. But yeah, maybe hitting down there and then slowing the pace down. You're right on that Giron. We have done around like Royan before, around that kind of area, out on Montelivet. Where's the other one? A little bit further down. There's some great park ups. Very, very sandy coast. Big beaches. Obviously, it's Atlantic beaches. Foresty down there. June de Pila, been there previously a few times. What do you think? Have you got any favourites down that neck of the woods? What do you think for us next? What do you think? The other one that was on the back of my mind was the Route de Napoleon. Anybody know about the Route de Napoleon? We have actually done the Route de Napoleon previously. Grenoble right down to Cannes on the coast, on the Mediterranean. Done that previously. I remember I had a great memory of pulling in on the side of the road up in the mountains, and I think we left Digny-les-Bains, Digny-les-Bains, the baths, thermal waters and stuff up there. We had a good park up down there. We had a nice park up. It was I remember it was really, really quiet. It was a freebie park up. We left the next morning. We wasn't feeling that hungry. We drove, we were on the Route de Napoleon, taking in the sights, and then I kind of spotted a picnic table right out on the side of the mountains, real isolated location. It was my little Cadillac Safari chef, and I just literally got it out, put it on this table, and then we had like a bacon baguette out in the middle of the nowhere. You could literally go right across, and there was like an echo across the valley. It was a pretty incredible time. So yeah, there's a few things running around my head at the moment of general ideas. I'm actually going to go in for my tea in a minute, so I'm going to sink this Don Papa, probably call it a day, and but I thought I'd just midweek chit chat about motorhome life, and we'll see what pans out on the trip front. But yeah, sort of just almost, am I getting to that time of life, slowing the pace down slowly? We've done a hell of a lot of travelling in the past, and done some real big blast motorhome runs, and obviously, yeah, it seems to be sort of working at the moment for us, of just infiltrating a little bit deeper. You've got the rough, we know the rough kind of places, and this, that and the other, and you kind of occasionally, them kind of on some of these trips we've done previously, on down across the Pyrenees, or down along the Pyrenees mountains, Gruchon, Plage, Millau Viaduct, Béziers, Sète, all on the coast, Montpellier. We've been sort of like ripping it along there, all them kind of places. Any favourites that you've got down there? Drop us a comment. But yeah, we'll see what maps out, we'll see what pans out, and the greatest thing about motorhome travel is the fact that normally the weather down around Bordeaux is pretty good. The grapes thrive in that area. We know what the grapes, and yeah, I've got so many good memories in the back of my mind of different places. And okay, I'm going to leave the video there. I'm going to say cheers, guys, on a Wednesday night. Don't forget, if you like your rums, check out some quality Don Papa rum, because it comes from me, well recommended. And the Barocco back in the tin, back in the wine cellar. It's nearly the weekend, so we'll probably maybe have another drink the weekend. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see you very soon. So thanks for watching, and always leave us a comment if you can, and give us a thumbs up. That'll do. Bye for now.